Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'll show you how to set up FreeRADIUS with EAP-TLS on Ubuntu 20.04 step by step. This is the most secure Wi-Fi authentication method because it uses certificates instead of passwords. So let's get started. Step 1. Install the FreeRADIUS and the required tools. So this is the command to download FreeRADIUS and openssl. We'll use openssl to generate certificates that are required for this authentication method. So as I said, first I'll install FreeRADIUS along with openssl tools we'll use for certificates. And then the next step is to create a new working PKI directory based on Ubuntu 20.04 because Ubuntu 20.04 removed the old cert templates and we'll create our own CA system. Next, I'll create a clean certificate authority folder for EAP-TLS. So there is no such directory. We'll make one. Give permissions. Now we have created a new PKI directory. The next step is to create a CA configuration file. So we'll create a file in this directory only. Here I have a config that you can also use a similar config to create a CA configuration file. Now I've created a configuration file that this defines the root certificate authority. The next step is to generate CA files like keys and certificates. Let's use the openssl to do that. Here I have copied my commands. Okay, let's see. So this creates CA private key and the CA certificate. All server and client certificates will be signed by this CA. The next step here is to create server certificate. Similarly, I have a config for me that I saved. You can use your own config as your requirement. So next step is to generate the server key and CSR. Okay. And the next step is to sign the server certificate. So this creates the server certificate FreeRADIUS will present to clients during TLS authentication. The next step is to create a client certificate. So similarly, I have a config file for my client. And the next step is to generate the client key and CSR. As you can see, it's done. Now the next step is to sign the client certificate. Once it is done, then there is another step that to export to P12 for the client. This P12 file will be used to authenticate using EAP-TLS, and this will be imported into the device that is going to authenticate. And the next step is to configure FreeRADIUS to use EAP-TLS as the authentication method. To do that, we need to edit the EAP file. In the TLS section, here we need to mention where our certificates are created, the location of the file, the location of the directory. We can comment these. Now I point FreeRADIUS to the certificates where we created. Now, next step is to add your access point. In the clients.config, here I create this client. This allows our AP or the controller to communicate with the FreeRADIUS. So the IP of this AP is this. And that's it. We now just need to restart our FreeRADIUS. And that's it. We have to import this client.p12 file into our laptop or phone, select EAP-TLS to connect to Wi-Fi, and FreeRADIUS should authenticate using mutual certificates, and that's it. So we just fully configured EAP-TLS on FreeRADIUS using a modem, a working PKI method that Ubuntu supports today. If it helps you, click like and subscribe and stay tuned for more tutorials. Thanks for watching.